Welcome, bienvenue. Welcome once again to another Love Entrepreneurs live stream. We talk about everything to do with the fellowship that is Love Entrepreneurs. And Larry Coslet, who set it up all that time ago, is the person who's put it together, also runs a parallel organization called Silvertree, a online currency, not a cryptocurrency, that allows you to buy and sell services in an intermediate way, and even comes with its own background and support network with it. Sean Hewitt of the Trusted Business Community Network. Did I get that right, Sean?
Nearly.
Close enough.
Close enough, mate.
Thank you. It is here and has been a proponent and a user of Silvertree for some time. Welcome, Larry, and welcome, Sean.
Thank you, Gareth. Thank you, the famous Wax.
Thank you very much for having us.
Not at all.
To be here with you.
So what are we talking about today, Larry?
Well, I wanted to bring Sean onto this because Sean is one of those really unusual characters in life that truly grasps and truly understands collaboration and networking and working and partnerships and working with other people. He's not one of those people that's, oh no, my network is my net worth, etc. And all of that. So Sean has been a really important part in the growth of Love Entrepreneurs, in the growth of Silvertree, and we've collaborated for a long time. So I just, one of the things I talk about all the time is the importance of real collaboration that works for all parties. And I couldn't have done a lot of what I've done without Sean's help, actually, the truth be told. So I think it's just fitting to talk a bit about collaboration in business and how we do it. That was the idea. So
Sean,
as I change my glass.
So Sean, can you tell me a little bit about your personal experience with Silvertree and also your personal experience with Love Entrepreneurs?
Yeah, of course, no problem at all. So silver currency, Silvertree is, like you quite rightly said at the beginning, is not a cryptocurrency. It's a trading currency for small business owners to be able to effectively set aside some money to go towards their business for future use. And you do that simply by trading with other people within the Silvertree community. That allows you to still take an element of sterling if you're in the UK, or if dollars if you're in other parts of the world, and any other currency that's out there. But one silver is equal to £1. So if, for instance, somebody wanted to join the association here, they could join us, and we would give them 33% payment in silver, 66% in cash. So the 33% goes in what I call my little savings account for my business, because that's for my future spending when I need something for my business to then utilise and save myself a little bit of cash if I'm trading in a cash and silver transaction. It means that my profit margins are protected. I'm not spending as much money from my main bank account in the business, and I'm allowing the opportunity for me to create a profit through saving rather than just keep trying to get money in. Lots of people go, oh, let's get lots and lots of deals together. Well, that's fine, and it's great if they're all flooding in, but what if they're not? And silver acts as a real great buffer to be able to encourage people to come in, because they're not spending quite so much money out of their mainline bank account, your standard, your traditional bank account, and they're splitting the payments over the two, putting that bit that you've got from silver in for future spending on your business, and making sure that you can put food on the table with the rest of what's coming in the other bank account. So that's how I use it. And it's been so influential to the growth of the association as well. Larry and I have worked closely together since we first met. I was saying just before we went on live on here that you get given £1,000 interest-free credit line the moment you join. I was given the same. I've never ever used that £1,000 interest-free credit line, not because I didn't want to, but I embraced what Larry came to me with, and I went, I can use this with me and my community. And straight away, I started encouraging people to go over to Larry, get signed up with Silver, and then they could trade. I could then trade with them on a silver and cash transaction. So I've never ever used £1,000 because at the moment I got it, I started using it to grow my business. Love Entrepreneurs, wow, big fix. I've not done one, but I've been on many, and I've encouraged many of my members to go on the big fix because, again, it's a great place to. It's almost like a think tank moment where you got ideas session, big whiteboard, plain board when you first start, ideas that are written up effectively through everybody coming in, giving their foresight and what you're asking. It could be a problem, it could be something that you want to launch and you want some feedback on. And what that does is you get all of these ideas, and there's no bad idea out there. But what you can do is bolt a couple of the ideas that come together, and then you can make a good idea, a brilliant idea, just by collaborating and listening to what other people would look into your business with and say, what if you did it this way? What if you could do it that way? How could you do it if you did it with this or with that? And that is the power of the big fix, because not only do you get instant feedback from those in the room with you, but you then get a written report about all what's been going on through, and all the feedback that you've got with all the ideas, and it gives you a document that you can then use as a working document to make sure whatever you've come on the big fix for can really take shape.
Yeah,
I've often thought that having a council of elders can be a very useful thing. Don't have to be elders. I just stole that from Lord of the Rings. But the most important thing is, sorry, other franchises are available. The point is that having these people there that have no other agenda other than to try and theoretically help you out, that's a good thing. And I think because Love Entrepreneurs is necessarily a fellowship, so people don't have to be there, they're there by choice, means they're more likely to give you constructive rather than destructive comment. Larry, what do you think?
Yeah, because this is the thing. Nobody likes to come along to a business forum or I like to call it an entrepreneurs or an ideas forum and be shot down in flames. So we are very much about finding the solution. There is, this is not about, and we've all seen it in action. Oh, blah, 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 you should do this. We had an example yesterday and the day before, a business totally, a bit on the brink. I'm hopefully bringing them to Love Entrepreneurs next week. Business completely on the brink. And we had 4 ideas that are absolutely sterling ideas that those people have never thought about before. And my job is to really put that into action for them. It's incredibly time consuming, but actually once people really learn how business works, it's a process, but you cannot do it on your own. You create collaborations, you create friends, you create trusted servants in a way, and for which you're their trusted servants too. And it's like a liquid network thing. You all come together. Yes, we use a lot of the silver ideas because it's a tool, right? A Love Entrepreneurs allows people to pay in silver to be members, and that's great. But ultimately, this is about really shaking that tree and giving people hope when often they think, oh, there is no hope. But some people, it doesn't matter how much help you give them, they either don't get it, and sometimes it's about knowing who to drop and who to work with going forward. Because, one of the things we're doing now is we're funding business through the Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme. And that's going really well. But that's been a dream of mine for ages, because we need to fund and get small businesses on the road to recovery. We need to make sure that they are protected against whatever nonsense is coming their way or coming the economy's way next. And at the moment, it's all up for grabs, isn't it? Nobody really knows what's going to happen. But
right.
We together, the idea is we're more one, having 5, 10, 15 brains in a room is better than one brain. As Sean said, we live in our little forests, we live in our little tunnels, permatunnels, and then somebody else comes in and goes, well, what about if you did it like this? That's what Love Entrepreneurs is about. It's not about you must do this, you must do that. It's about, what if it's like a lab, really. It's like a business lab. We experiment with, well, what about doing it like this? What if you were to collaborate with that person? What if that person was to come in as an equity investor, not giving any money, but giving their services? You know, all of these things are different ways to do. I mean, they're not different, right? They've been done for centuries, but people don't do this sort of stuff. They just don't. They just don't, and I don't know why. Someone can tell me that, I'd be grateful, but I don't know why, because collaboration is the key to business success. There is no question about that. That's the most powerful form of leverage you will ever get.
I think there is a perception that unless you're willing to put money into something directly or to invest in them directly, then it's not a proper investment. I think there is a misapprehension that time and knowledge aren't investable tools when really they are. Sean, what do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, collaboration. I see people get that so wrong, that word. They think it's collaboration is I'm gonna let's collaborate, but then you read between the lines, and I'll get this on LinkedIn all the time where people reach out to me, go, I'd really like to get you to do, you know, I want to sell you my services. Let's collaborate. Well, you want to sell me your collaboration, sell me your services. It's all like, are we on the same page here? True collaboration is doing what Alaria and I have done, and that is putting two factors together who are a powerful group in one and a powerful resource in another. And the resource and the group together can actually come together and actually then, I'm talking about Silvertree in this particular moment, but if we look at Silvertree, it's a powerful resource for small business. And if myself, who I'm always been, and I've always been about making sure that I'm protecting those that I serve. So I'm the head of the Trusted Business Community Association. It is my job to make sure that my members can thrive in a difficult market, even if it's just surviving because they're at that level, and by being with us, we can help them survive through these difficult times they're upon us now, but they're seen, you know, we don't know what the future holds. The key is obviously joining together as a force to say, hey, look, this is what's happening here at the Trusted Business Community Association. I'm sitting there now marketing Silver as the hook to say, guys, if you want to come and join this association, I will give you a welcome gift of £1,000 into your Silvertree bank account as a gift for joining us that you can then use to save in other areas or use to get resources into your business that you need in the here and now, rather than having to save up for it. And that is a real powerful hook for us, because it's showing the world that we're united. Alaria's Silvertree and the Trusted Business Community are truly working in collaboration, because what happens is when they join us, they get a free account. And that is the true collaboration. The good thing is we're both serving each other's community, because it means that I'm getting all my members into Silvertree, where existing Silvertree members are hanging out. They are meeting, both parties are meeting more and more people. And instead of it being, it becomes a strong transactional group, because what it does, instead of going to networking meetings, we've all been there, and it's like, oh, I know, like and trust you, you know, skippy off down the high street, hand in hand, going, yeah, won't we great? But if they never transact with each other, then it's a sort of friendship arena rather than a business arena. What I've added to it by bringing in Silvertree is a true transactional arena that will help everybody out, because they're saving money as they're moving forward, and they're also not just saving. I'm talking about their bank account that's with the sterling in it, but they're also building a residual balance in their Silvertree account that they can then go and invest in their business later, or there and then if they need it there and then, with that £1,000 of interest-free credit line attached to it. So it's a powerful collaboration. That's collaboration, because we're both bringing communities together without any sort of like, you know, I want this, you want that, I want this. There's none of that. We just want to serve our communities together so that we can help each other thrive.
Amen to that. And you know, the thing is, Gareth, the point here is anybody who has a business can take advantage, and who has a community can take advantage of that method of, you know, if you wanted to give people, your clients, you know, free accounts, you can do. Same with anybody else out there. You know, if you've got a tribe, and that will help you motivate business and get people to transact with you, because as you know, you can do part cash, part silver. This is about getting the economy moving.
Very much so. Very much so. And you know this is what I loved when you came to us right at the beginning, and a good few years back now, and we've been with you. When you came to us, there's so many other options out there of the similar. Yeah, there's similar things out there, but the one thing that was the big thing for me was I want to be just as rich in silver as I do in cash. And the flexibility of being able to transact in cash and silver on the same transaction, which is not available in other areas and arenas, it's all got to be the transaction of choice in that particular currency that company or those companies may be using. Here, it gives you the best of both worlds, and I think that's so important in today's marketplace, where you can invest in your business with some collateral in your silver, and you've still got the food on the table being supplied by making sure that there's this option of minimum of 10% silver, maximum of 100% silver if you want to trade in it. Love that, because anything in between, if it works, and then you've got negotiation. So if somebody comes to me and says, my budget says I'd love to join, but even like 66-33 is what I do on memberships. 33% in silver, 66% in cash. But if somebody comes to me and goes, oh, I really would love to join, but can't at this moment in time, I've got the flexibility to shift that. And I will, if it's something, if I believe that person's going to make an impression to both the Trusted Business Community Association and Silvertree, I'll move the barrier, because I've got that flexibility. And that is really nice.
On that note, I'm just going to put up a QR code there in the corner. If you are interested in find out more about the Trusted Business Community Association, just scan that code now. It's also the website for that is thetrustedbusinesscommunity.com, literally as I say it. Also, I want to draw your attention to another QR code, which is in the bottom. My bottom left might be different for you guys. It says loveentrepreneurs.com beside it. If you scan that, that'll allow you to find out more about Love Entrepreneurs, but also to start your big fix journey, which is entirely free. Will help you get involved in that council of elders that I said before, and give you a real flexibility about how you approach the next chapter of your business growth. I just want to thank Ellery Coslet for setting this up in the first place. Sean, thank you for coming along today to talk about it. And to all of you out there, please keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Who knows? You might catch the moon. And please try and look after your mental health. Until next week. Goodbye.